And then we're going to turn to page 145. 145 in grammar. We're getting pretty close to the end here, which is also great news. It's always fun at this time of year when the books, we start finishing them. Right. 145. It is review. And we're talking about sentence openers today. We're going to talk about two that you already know that you're already using in your writing. Well, let's just read the top paragraph here. It just says a sentence opener is a descriptive word, phrase, or clause that is added to the beginning of a sentence. Using different types of sentence openers makes writing more interesting. Add prepositional phrase openers and ly adverb openers to make these paragraphs more interesting to read. Use your own words or words in the margin. So here's the margin. You can see the ly adverbs. These are just some ideas. You can use these or you can use your own. Certainly, generally, occasionally, proudly, surprisingly, and usually. And then here's some choices for your preposition or your prepositional opener. But there's more than this. But here's beside, by, in, near, and with. So if you need to use that page that you put a post-it in, that we have your prepositions, you can check that page. So here's how we're going to do this. I'm going to tell you what type of word you need to put in the blank, and you guys pick, okay? We'll just take turns picking, but you guys can pick your own word. So let's start with Julio here. The first blank, this one's going to be a prepositional opener.
In May.
Oh, you already know what you want to put. Okay.
Ah, yeah, because I already have it written down.
Did we already do this page?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, did you guys do it too? Oh, then I have the wrong page. Whoa. You guys
Mm,
all have this filled in. Have you done page 146 yet?
yeah,
I mean 147?
yeah,
You did. I'm on the wrong page again. Ugh, I keep messing up. Okay, hold on a second. Let me check something.
yeah. When you said 145, I was like, wait a minute. And then you said
What?
review, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then
I must have put the wrong pages on the homework then.
I did, no, you didn't, you said 148 through 150. So I think,
Oh, I was looking at the wrong homework. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So go to page 151. Sorry. That was totally my fault. I was looking at the wrong. I got to make a note here. 151. All right. We got this. Let me share my screen again. I think I'm ready for a spring break personally. Just saying. I'm glad you said something. I would have done the whole lesson and you guys have been like, yeah, we already did that. Okay. And here comes Christopher. Now we're talking about the adverb clause. How about that? 151. An adverb clause is a group of words that begins with the WWW word, that's the Asia word, and contains a subject and a verb. An adverb clause must be added to a sentence that is already complete. What is the adverb clause pattern? Do you guys remember what the pattern is? It is the www.asia plus a subject plus a verb. That's the pattern. So does anybody know all the www.asia.b words? Julio, go for it.
when, while, where, as, since, if, although, because.
Nice. Woohoo. Good job. That is the next question. What are the www words? You already got that. Why is this an adverb clause? Because the cat hissed. Can somebody tell us why is this an adverb clause? You know why? Look what it starts with. Because that's one of the words that Julio said. And it has the subject, cat, and a verb, hissed. That's why it's an adverb clause. It has the www word because and the subject cat and the verb hissed. Why is this not an adverb clause? Because of the cat's hiss. Can anybody tell me why it's not? Julio, why is that not an adverb clause?
Because it's cats instead of cat. And then,
Yes, that's part of the reason because that's an adjective, right? The cat's hiss. There's another reason though.
yeah, and then the hiss.
Mm-hmm. That's more of a noun, huh?
Right.
What about this part where it says because of?
The of.
Yes. I want you guys to just underline because of. That is a prepositional phrase or a preposition. Just put prep on top of it for preposition. That is not a WWW Asia word because when we just use because and then tell why something is the way it is, that's an adverb clause. But since we have because of, it changes it. Now it's a prepositional phrase. That's why. All right, so jump down here, add adverb clauses to complete the paragraph. So I want you to think of, go ahead and write this in right here. www.asia and .b. And the grammar book, we're using .b too. So think of this. I'm going to have Megan do the first one. And you're just going to finish the sentence. The two mice decided to take a walk around the garden since blank. Since, what do you think we could add to that, Megan? Any ideas?
Hmm. This one's
Since,
tricky.
okay. Maybe the two mice decided to walk around the garden since they were hungry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Or what do you think, Julio? You have an idea?
So isn't it from the www.asia.b?
Because we have
Um,
since, that's the S in since. So since, and remember, it needs a subject verb here, like they were hungry, or since they wanted to find the tomatoes, or something like that.
uh, since the cat was gone,
Oh, since
or
the
the
cat
cat
was
left,
gone,
or since the cat left.
since the cat left, that would work too. Which one do you like, Megan?
I like the one with the cat.
Okay, since the cat left. And that works because cat is the subject and left is the verb. Here's another one. Although blank, this one is for Olivia. Although blank, Johnny looked forward to the walk. Although they were tired, although it was hot, although
We're scared.
they were scared. I like that. Nice. So here is the subject is they, the verbs are were and scared. So that makes it complete. That is an adverb clause. So the beginning of the adverb clause is already written for you, and you're just basically finishing the clause. And you need to have a subject verb with it. How about this one for Christopher? The mice sang while blank. So remember, it's got to have another subject verb in it.
While singing, while eating some food.
While eating some fruit.
Yeah.
Okay. The mice were singing while eating some fruit. That's kind of hard to do while you're eating, but we're on page 151. Okay, Sydney? Okay. And then the next one, how about Julio? When blank, the mice became scared. When what happened? The mice became scared.
When the cat came out.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. When the cat came out, the mice became scared. And then the next one, a horn honked and tires squealed because anybody want to volunteer to finish that one? The horn honked and the tires squealed because we didn't know there were cars around, but there is in this one. Okay, Olivia, what do you think? Did you say it? I didn't hear it. A horn honked and tires squealed because
They almost ran somebody over.
yeah, could be that. They almost ran over maybe the cat. It's a good thing they didn't run over the cat, but they almost ran over the cat. A horn honked and tires squealed because they almost ran over the cat. All right, so this was just a little practice with adding adverb clauses to sentences. Did you guys get all that? Thumbs up if you got that written down. Okay, good. Okay, good. Let me know when you got it, Megan.
I'm almost done writing it.
Okay. After she's done, we're going to move on to page 153. So you can go there, 153. Okay, I'm going to go on, Megan. You can finish this part later, okay? All right, so how about let's see, Olivia, can you read the sentence, please?
I'll bring it in a bit. Timmy explained 5 cats are horrendous.
Yes, good.
You're invited to stay through the spring and summer if you'd like.
Nice. Horrendous means terrible or horrible. Horrendous, like really, really bad, really horrible. Of course, they're scared, obviously, because they are mice. And we know that cats like to eat mice, so no wonder they're scared. So put a check by vocabulary for that, and then go ahead and find the article by yourself there. And then how about Sydney? Where are the 4 nouns?
Timmy,
Okay.
kids,
Cats, is that what you said? Okay. Two more.
summer,
Yes.
and spring.
Good. Nice job. 2 pronouns, Julio.
Hmm. You? Well, that's
Right here. Yeah, for the you part of you'd.
yeah.
Yep. So put the PR on top of that. But did you notice that word is missing something?
Yeah, it looks weird.
What do we need to put in there?
Let me think.
Remember what it's called?
Apostrophe.
Yes, good. Between the U and the D. And then what's the other pronoun?
It's another one. It's your.
Yeah, but it's the wrong
Yeah.
one, huh?
Yeah.
You're invited. So how should we spell that?
Oh, wait. Uh, put a E at the end and then an apostrophe.
Yeah, I'm just gonna rewrite it right here like that. But you're right. It's you. Oops, hold on. I put the apostrophe in the wrong spot. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. That's how you spell it. Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. And you're right, the U part is a pronoun, so we can label PR on top of that. Good. All right. Megan, what about the adjectives? They're going to describe the nouns. So look before
5.
5. Good, but we need to spell it, don't we?
F-I-V-E.
Good girl, that's right. F-I-V-E, and that's an adjective. Okay, and then
Horrendous.
horrendous. Very good. Yes, it is.
That's my first time saying that word.
You did good. So 5, F-I-V-E, that's an adjective, and horrendous, that is also an adjective. And then Olivia, where's the CC? Coordinating conjunction. That's the fanboys.
In between spring and summer
And good. I'm going to skip some stuff. I'm going to go down here to the subject verb pair next. So Christopher, where are the subject verb pairs?
Exclaim.
Good.
Timmy.
Timmy's a subject. Good.
You.
Right here. Yes, that's the subject. You for your.
Invited.
Good.
You'd.
You'd.
Like.
Okay, good. And don't forget about those helping verbs. We got a couple of them here. There's a linking verb here.
Through.
Not through. Right here, are. This one I was pointing with my pen. So the cats are horrendous. That's a linking verb. And then we've got a couple of helping verbs over here. They're kind of hidden. I know it's hard to see this on the Zoom.
If.
So it's the RE, that's R, A-R-E. That's part of your. Remember, your, the contraction is you are. So you is the pronoun, and then R or RE is the verb. And then here, you is the pronoun, and the D is for would. You would. And the would is a verb. So that's how you would mark those. So good job there. You're done with those. And all the subjects are good. I'm glad you didn't say stay because we have to stay. And remember, anytime we have to next to what looks like a verb, it becomes an infinitive. It's not functioning as a verb anymore here. So that's it for subject verb pair. So how about Sydney? Where's the adverb clause?
If you'd like.
If you'd like. Yes, very good. It's a short one. If you'd like. All right. And then what about the prepositional phrase, Julio?
It's to stay through the spring and summer.
Not to stay,
Oh.
because yeah, it's going to start with through, though. You're right about that.
Through the spring and summer.
Yes, through the spring and summer. Very good. And what kind of an opener do we have, Megan? What opener is this?
Subject.
Good. What number is the subject opener?
1.
Good job. Subject. Check that. You got capitals. Go ahead and find those by yourself. All the capitals. Don't forget the beginning of a quote. So that word 5 really should be capital, even though I already made it that way. And then your here should be capital is the beginning of that sentence. End mark is a period. Homophone we already fixed, which was your, and we already got the apostrophe and you'd, and we already fixed the number. Hey, we're done. But before you put away your grammar book, I'm going to have you do one more practice page together. I want you to go to page 157. 157. Okay, so let's go to that one. You guys are going to do 2 weeks of grammar this week for homework, but the good news is you don't have any new writing, like no paragraphs. You're only going to focus on grammar right now. Get through 2 weeks, okay? Yes, I know. You can celebrate. This is a review page again, which is nice. My light is so bright. Let's see if I can change that. All right, that's kind of better. We're talking about contractions. You guys know about those. We were just talking about them, but a contraction combines two words into one. It uses an apostrophe to show where a letter or letters have been removed. Form contractions with the following words. It is. Who can tell me what contraction we can make with it is? Christopher?
It.
Good. IT apostrophe S. How about they are? Olivia?
There.
Good. There. Apostrophe RE. And how about was not? Julio?
Wasn't.
There you go. You guys are good at these. Oops. WASN''T. Wasn't. Now, the next part is matching. It's pretty easy. So look at the words on the left and draw a line to the word on the right that shows the contraction. They'll do the first one. So he would is actually heed. So draw a line from he would to heed. Julio?
I actually remember doing this. I think it was last year.
Oh, good. Yep, we got another page of it. Go ahead and do it by yourself, and then you could check mine for your answers, okay?
Done.
Good. Okay. When you're done, look at mine and see if it matches the same design.
Done.
Does it look like mine?
Yeah.
Good. That's pretty easy. All right. So that's it for this learn it page or review it page. So you're going to do both. See how at the top it says week 27? You're going to do both weeks 26 and 27. Okay. Oh boy. I see Julio going like this. I didn't say that. I said 26 and 27. All right, now that's it for grammar. So you'll do those two things. And now, so you can put your grammar books away. We're going to talk a little bit more about the state test, and then we're done talking about the state test, which will be great. And you're ready for this. So it's going to be really, once you log in to do their test for on the day that you really do it, you're going to be so ready for it because you're going to know what it's going to look like and everything, at least for the writing part. All right, so for today, I am going to, again, put the link in the chat for you to click on. Let me get there first for you. Hold on just a second. Okay, here we go. Let me put this link in the chat, and we're going to do like we did last week one more time, and then we're done after this. In the chat. Okay, there you go. So you're going to click on it, and hopefully you can still see the Zoom call and the practice test at the same time. So make sure you can still see me. I'm going to share my screen too.
Last time it didn't. It didn't.
It didn't split for you.
Yeah, wait, let me see. Wait, can I?
Maybe if you can't do that, you could just leave yourself
Oh.
unmuted. It's okay, Julio.
Um, I'm trying to figure it out. Let me see.
I didn't get the message.
Oh,
I didn't get it either.
oh, well. Oh, I put it in. Okay, sorry guys. I've sent it to Megan. Just Megan.
There.
Megan's like, I got it. I don't know what your problem is, but there you go. The link's there now.
Um,
Don't click anything yet, though. Just get to that front page.
I'm pressing it, but it's not working. Let me see. Reset the chat. Oh, there. Okay.
Got
Uh,
it?
white screen.
Can you
Hello?
see me too?
Um,
Or at least hear me?
I can hear you, yeah, but not see you.
Okay, that's all right. You can just hear me. How about, did everybody get to this login page where you see continue as guest? Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good.
Almost there. It's loading. Okay, yeah. Continue as
Okay,
guest.
go ahead and click continue as guest.
Guest session. Right?
Click guest session. Hold on, Julio, don't go too fast.
Okay.
Today, you're going to select grade 6. It's even if you're not in 6th grade, we're going to select 6. Everybody in class is going to pick grade 6, even if you're not in 6th grade. That's okay. Bless you. All right. Then that first pink box that says Smarter Balanced Practice Test, click that. Then you're going to see some light pink boxes. You're going to click the second one that says Start Grade 6 ELA Performance Task. Click that. And then click the bottom blue that says Select. Yes, Sydney? You need to figure out how to unmute it.
So
Okay.
like the pink and brown bars, which one do I click?
The first pink one. This is Smarter Balanced Practice Test.
Then what do I click after that?
Then you're going to click the second light pink one that says Grade 6 ELA Performance Task. Do you see that one?
Yeah, I click.
Okay. Okay. Do you guys see a play button now for the sound where you check the sound? Okay, good. Go ahead and click the play button. Check your sound. Da-da-da-da-da-da. And then click I could play the sound and video. And then
If you
click
can, right?
begin test now. This is just practice. Thumbs up if you see on the left, student directions, hiking in the Grand Canyon narrative performance task. Give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. How about Sydney? Did you have a question?
When I clicked the thing, it showed like settings.
Yeah, so click, what's the blue button at the bottom? Does it say select?
Yeah.
Go ahead and click select.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
And then you can click begin test now.
Okay.
Got it? Okay, good. All right, so this time, okay, let me just review from last week. Last week, you guys wrote about service animals and you wrote an opinion essay about that, service animals, right? And you had to decide if you agree with the new rule or you disagree with the new rule about service animals. This one is different. This is called a narrative. And this is when you're going to tell like almost like an experience. This is where you're going to give an experience about hiking. And first of all, let me ask you, how many people have seen the Grand Canyon? Give me or raise your hand if you've seen the Grand Canyon. I know Olivia has. Anybody else?
Well, I've
No?
I've seen a canyon, but not a grand the grand canyon.
Okay. The Grand Canyon is the biggest canyon in the world, so you would know if you saw it. But anyway, there's places to hike around the Grand Canyon, and that's what this is talking about here. And it's a narrative, so it's not going to be an opinion. This is going to be a little bit different, but go ahead on your computer, scroll through on the left side, go all the way to the bottom just so you can see how long it is. And yes, it is pretty long, but don't let that scare you. Remember, you've got tons and tons of time. You're not timed on this test, okay? This particular one has 4 sources. Last time we just had 3 sources. This one has 4, so you have an extra source here. So look over on number 1 on the right side. Oh, I forgot to ask you guys. Who knows when your teacher gets you all logged in and your teacher says, you may now begin the test. What's the first thing you're going to do? Raise your hand if you remember. What's the very first thing you're going to do, Olivia?
Make a checklist and make a KWO.
Yes, good. Woohoo. Is that what you were going to say, Julio? Make a checklist
Yeah.
and a KWO. So the first thing is checklist. You write checklist on the top of your blank paper because that's all you get. Remember, you just get blank paper. Write checklist and then put down what you can remember. If you don't remember something, it's okay. That's just notes for yourself, okay? And you'll have ly adverb, who, which clause, because clause, strong verb, quality adjective, all those great things that you put in your writing. And then for your openers, I think you have the prepositional opener and the ly adverb opener. And try to remember those if you can and write those down. And then the second thing, like Olivia said, you're going to set up your KWO. Now, for this one, since there are 4 sources, you're going to have Roman numerals 1 through 4 for this one. We're not going to write it down today. We're just talking about it. So just know however many sources there are is how many numbers you're going to write down. So you'll do Roman numeral 1, 1 through 5, topic clincher, Roman numeral 2, 1 through 5, topic clincher, Roman numeral 3, 1 through 5, topic clincher, Roman numeral 4, 1 through 5, topic clincher. So each source has its own keyword outline, Roman numeral. All right, and then after you get all that set up, then you come here. And then we're going to look at 1 and 2. Remember, those are on the right side. So look at 1. Does anybody want to volunteer to read what number 1 says on here? Okay, Olivia, I see your hand. Go ahead and read the instructions under 1.
Most of the sources provided information about hiking in national parks. Which source would be most relevant to students researching how to get the most enjoyment out of hiking in a national park? Justify and support your answer with 2 pieces of evidence from the most relevant source.
Okay, good. So remember what I said last time? That first sentence says most of the sources provide information about hiking in national parks. Then it tells you what they want right here. They're asking you which source is the most relevant. So that's where you're going to put that first in the box. But you don't know which source yet because you haven't read it yet. So let's just put source and then leave a big space because we don't know which source it is yet, right? Source blank is the most, and remember, you're going to copy that sentence. Go ahead and practice typing it in there. And if you're a slow typer, it's okay. You can take your time. Relevant to students. I'm copying what I see at the top there. Researching how to get the most enjoyment out of hiking. I'm going to highlight this sentence right here. That's the sentence that I'm copying, but I'm leaving a space because I don't know which source is going to be the best. But that's the sentence you can put first in that box. Did you have a question, Olivia? Okay. Might be source 1, might be source 2, 3, or 4. We don't know yet. Leave us, leave a little space there. Thumbs up when you got that sentence typed out. It's okay if you need a minute. We'll wait.
Waiting and not
I see that.
target.
That is the best way to start this part of the test is look at the question they're asking you and basically copy the words in a sentence format. That's the best thing to do. You'll get points for that. Okay. I wish you could cut and paste, but you can't. So you have to just look at it and type it. So if you're still typing, that's okay. Keep typing. On the day of your actual test, I really want you to read everything, like every part of the test. So, for instance, you would start here and read all of that so that you know what you're going to be doing. But for the sake of time in our class today, because we don't have enough time to read everything today, but just know that on your test, read everything, okay? All of it. And we're going to skip down for now because of time and scroll down till you can see source one and scroll till you can see the 3 R's of folding time, Grand Canyon style. That's the name of that source. Good. I see that thumbs up there. And this is it's going to talk about the Grand Canyon. In fact, let's see, maybe I'm actually going to read this one. Okay, I'll read this one too. You guys follow along on your screen there. And this is source one. There is a place like no other in the world where the time seems to fold on itself, where the past meets the here and now, mountains meet oceans, beauty meets danger, and discovery meets mystery. This place is the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon is 277 river miles long. At certain points, it's more than a mile deep and as much as 18 miles wide. Going 50 miles per hour, it would take over 5 hours to drive this in its entire length. At such speed, you'd hardly see any of what makes the canyon truly grand. Dazzling, glittering colors, fossils and wildlife, a great river snaking through, rock and many layered canyon walls have glimpses of Earth's history. So I'm right here. I'm reading this. This is source one, the paragraph right above where it says rocks. Geologists have many different ideas about how and when the Grand Canyon was formed. The story of the canyon's beginnings is like a jigsaw puzzle with many pieces missing. There are a few things geologists do agree on. We'll call them the 3 R's: rocks, river, and erosion. Actually, erosion, but we're going to cheat a bit, it says. Now look at rocks. The Grand Canyon's walls are made up mainly of 3 types of rock: limestone, sandstone, and shale. Over thousands of years, the rock built up layer by layer. Each new layer of rock pressed down on the layers beneath it. Then the Colorado River began to cut through these layers um, like a knife, exposing them for us to see. At the Grand Canyon today, 18 or more layers of Earth's history are laid out for us to see. We can see backward in time. The rocks near the top of the canyon are very old, but those toward the bottom of the canyon are thought to be over 6 times older. What an amazing piece of place for scientists to study the history of the Earth. So this is basically talking about the types of rocks there are. And then you'll see the next part here talks about the river, which is the Colorado River. If I keep scrolling down, and you can scroll on yours too. See the part where it says, what do you think the Colorado River today? And then erosion, that's talking about erosion. Does anybody know what erosion means? Have you heard that word before? Okay. Do you know how to explain it, Julio?
No, I don't know how to explain
You
things.
just know what it is.
I know
So,
what it is, but I don't know
yeah,
how to explain it.
that is hard. It is hard to explain. So, erosion is a scientific term, and it's when something wears down. Like when there's a lot of wind and the wind is blowing, it's going to change the shape of the rocks over time, and so basically it was uncovered over time. So that's what erosion means, just like it's being uncovered over lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of years. Okay. And then so what I want you to do is scroll down here to source number 2 for a minute, because we're going to come down to this one, source number 2. I'm going to skip some of that, but like I said, on the day of the test, you want to make sure to read everything. Take your time reading. If you're a slow reader, that's okay. It's just going to take a while, but I want you to keep at it. Don't give up on it. Keep reading. For today, because of time, I'm going to skip down to source number 2. And I'm going to skip down to where it says follow on Muir's, I think his name is Muir's footsteps. Take a nature walk. In every walk with nature, one receives far more than he seeks. John Muir. From the steamy swamps of Florida to the icy glaciers of Alaska, John Muir loved exploring wild places. Wherever he went, he carried a notebook to describe the wonders he discovered. You don't have to walk 1,000 miles to follow in Muir's footsteps. You can connect with nature by taking a simple walk and recording your observations in a journal. And then look at that. He's got 10 steps here. Just follow these steps. So, in my opinion, and I'm just doing this because we don't have much time in class, source number 2 answers this question up here. Which source would be the most relevant to students researching how to get the most enjoyment out of hiking in a national park? This is telling us how you can get the most enjoyment out of it, following these 10 steps. You see where I'm at right here? Make sure on your sidebar, it's on this part where it says just follow these steps. And that is from source 2. So here I'm going to put next to the word source in my sentence, I'm going to put source 2, and then I'm going to back that up so I can make that look like a sentence there. Because for time's sake, I'm picking this one so we can at least put a couple more sentences down. All right, thumbs up if you have in your box. Source 2 is the most relevant to students researching how to get the most enjoyment out of hiking in a national park. Thumbs up if you wrote that down in the box. Good, good. Now, the next thing it says is justify and support your answer with 2 pieces of evidence from the most relevant source. So then you can say, after that sentence, in source 2, it states, and then you can finish that sentence. Pick one of those things from 1 to 10 that you think would help you enjoy hiking in a national park. So, for example, in source 2, it states that you can bring a notebook And right there, if I look at number 2 on the side here, it says you bring a notebook large enough to fit writings and drawings, but small enough to carry comfortably. So you could say something like, it states that you can bring a notebook for drawing and writing down your experience as you hike, or something like that in your own words. That would make the hiking more enjoyable for you because you'd be able to draw and write down some notes, right? Or if you think maybe packing a snack, that sounds kind of fun. That makes hiking a lot of fun when you have a snack with you, you know? It states that you can bring a snack on a hike. And then give an example. I like to eat trail mix when I go on my hike or something like that. So go ahead and pick something to finish this sentence. In source 2, it states, and then you finish the sentence and give me a thumbs up when you're done. Anybody need help on that?
I'm done.
How do you spell example?
Example. So on the day of the test, you won't be able to ask anybody for help with spelling, but I'll help you right now, okay? So it's
Mm-hmm.
Example.
AMPLE.
Yep, good. Yep, you got it. What does your sentence say, Olivia?
For some reason, I don't know what happened, but I got logged out.
Oh no. Uh-oh. I bet it's still there if you try to go back and find it. Weird. I wonder what happened. Maybe it's because of the Zoom call.
Um,
Do you remember what you put?
um, I can't remember. I kind of do.
Was it about taking notes or packing a snack?
Yeah.
Which one was it?
Packing a snack.
Oh, okay. That's a good one. Yeah. Anybody else have one they want to read a sentence? In source 2, it states who finished that sentence. Okay, what did you put, Julio?
Well, I was still working on it, but this is so far.
Okay.
But source 2 is most relevant to students researching how to get the most enjoyment out of hiking in a national park, because in source 2 it states that you can bring a notebook with you. You can also bring a snack while you watch nature.
Okay, good. And then I would just explain why that would be enjoyable, because maybe you like to, students can write and draw in the notebook, can add that after the notebook sentence, and then maybe students can bring their favorite snack. Um, that would be fun, I think. There's also things over here like taking pictures. That's another idea on number 9 on the side there. Maybe you can take pictures, and it says if you can't collect plants where you're hiking, take pictures and tape them in your journal instead. So you could take pictures as you go on the hike. That's kind of fun. We did that. I've done that before where we see certain animals like a chipmunk or a squirrel and we're taking pictures of them.
Yeah.
That makes it fun.
We went to the Field of Lights and I seen a bunny. There were a family of bunnies in the grass.
Ah, Field of Lights. Is that over by the beach?
No, it's somewhere about what? Paso Robles.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I have heard about that. I've never seen it though. I bet it's pretty.
It's amazing.
Oh, cool. I really want to see that. All right. So if you finished with that sentence, it sounds like Julio has two pieces of evidence. So that just means the pieces of evidence means what you found in source two that supports what you just said. So good. I see that, Christopher.
Oh,
So you make sure you have two things you say here. And I like how some of you say another, I know Megan said this too. Another example is, and then you can finish that sentence for your second example, and maybe packing a snack or taking pictures while you're on your hike.
I I accidentally started a third paragraph or a third sentence.
No, that's okay. If you actually you want to have at least three sentences, maybe even four or five. That's
As
okay.
many as I can.
Yeah, not as many as you can though, because you don't want it too long. You want
Um,
to basically look at what they're asking you and say that first in a sentence. And then, however many examples it says, this one says give two pieces of evidence. The test might say give three pieces of evidence. That's three more sentences. But then, if you want to elaborate, you can and give a little bit more information. So, click over here. I know you might not be done with this box. That's okay. Click over on the two on the right here. And we're not going to have time to do this part, but I just want to remind you what it looks like. This is going to be what it looks like on your test. It says click on the boxes to show the ideas that each source supports. Some sources may have more than one box selected. So right here on the side, those are the ideas they're talking about. And it says, it is a good idea to bring food when you hike. Hey, I know we just read about that in source number two, so you can put a check in that box. See how this is source two up here? So everything underneath this, oops, it doesn't let me highlight it, but everything underneath source two right here goes with source two. So you have to look for, did they talk about conserving water or did they talk about the three types of rock? That sounded like it would come from number one. So the point here is you have to make sure to read all sources. And if you have to go back and look like this, you can and find that idea and then check the box that goes with the source where you found it. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about this part of the test?
No.
Okay. And then after you're done with this and you hit next, that's when you're going to do your big essay. So you're ready for the essay with your checklist and with your KWO, and then you're all set. All right, you guys. So your homework is only grammar, and I won't see you next week because it's spring break. So I'll see you in 2 weeks. Okay, you guys? Good job today.
bye.
Bye. See you guys later.
See you guys.
See you in 2 weeks.
Bye. I'll really miss
Bye.
you.
I'm gonna miss you too. See you in 2 weeks.
I'll see
You
you after
too.
we have the puppies.
Yes, I can't wait to hear about the puppies. It's gonna be awesome.
Bye.
All right, you guys. Bye.